The 50 Nation Veto. 50 sovereign nations just officially banned any weapon system capable of selecting and engaging a target without a human kill switch. This is the Geneva AI Accord, and it marks the first time in history that a critical mass of global powers has agreed to intentionally throttle their own tactical speed. By signing this treaty, these governments are betting that the risk of an unaligned algorithmic escalation is greater than the advantage of a machine that reacts in milliseconds. They are moving the decision-making loop back into the hands of human officers, essentially placing a hard brake on the evolution of automated warfare. Engineering meaningful human control. Meaningful human control is no longer a philosophical buzzword. It is now a mandatory technical specification for every defense contractor. The Accord establishes a two-tier system where autonomous drones and ground units must provide what engineers call high-fidelity interpretability. Think of it as a flight data recorder that works in real time, explaining why the system prioritized one signature over another. If a machine cannot present its reasoning to an operator in a human-understandable format before firing, it is now legally classified as a prohibited weapon. This forces a massive shift in neural network design, moving away from raw performance toward audit-ready architectures. The Anthropic Precedent. The catalyst for this regulatory surge was the high-profile collapse of the Pentagon's partnership with Anthropic earlier this year. When the Department of Defense pushed for models that could operate in communication-denied environments, the engineers pushed back, citing the black box problem. They argued that a model operating without a feedback loop is essentially a loose cannon that cannot be debugged in the field. This fallout proved that the biggest hurdle in military machine learning isn't just power, it's predictability. The Accord now codifies this, requiring that every strike be attributable to a human command chain, effectively ending the era of plausible deniability in automated conflict. The Speed of Relevance Trap. But there is a tactical hole in this pact. Nations like Israel and Russia have pointed out that human latency is the ultimate vulnerability. In a saturated environment where hundreds of incoming projectiles travel at hypersonic speeds, waiting for a human to click a button is a suicide mission. This has created a defensive exception in the treaty, allowing for human out-of-the-loop systems only when the target is an inanimate object. It is a fragile compromise that keeps the human in the loop for offense, but leaves the machine in charge of the shield. The End of Unattributed Warfare. The real implication of the Geneva AI Accord is the forced transition from AI supremacy to a regime of forensic accountability. By mandating meaningful human control, the treaty ensures that every kinetic action has a legal owner, preventing the rise of ghost wars, where nobody takes responsibility for a machine's error. For builders and strategists, this means the next generation of military tech will not be judged by its killing capacity, but by its explainability. We are moving toward a world where a general must be able to justify an algorithm's choice in a courtroom just as easily as they would a soldier's. This treaty doesn't just stop killer robots. It ensures that when the machines fail, we still have someone to court-martial. Watch for the first major compliance audits during the Baltic military exercises this summer to see if these digital safeguards actually hold under pressure. Subscribe for more.